Hello there, one and all. You know who I am, ETTemplar, Supreme Misfit, Professional Dipshit, and this is just this is just my opinion after putting in over 812 hours into Starfield. So if there's anyone still sitting on the fence about this game or whether or not they should buy it, I still say wait till it goes on sale. But other than that, this game's gotten a whole lot of shit, and I think people expected too much of Starfield, and that's not a bad opinion to have. As a gamer, as a consumer, you really should expect the world out of these gaming companies. So with that, a lot of people, there's quite a few people who feel betrayed that Starfield really didn't deliver. But in my opinion, I bought this, the special super duper pre-order for $100, just because it was Starfield, and because it was the last paycheck I had before quitting, working at, a shell, which was one of the worst fucking experiences, 2-year experiences I've had in my life working so far. But with that said, over 812 hours. I will say this, one thing I noticed that each world really has a personality of its own. And this is one thing I didn't pick up the first time, but each world has just a little bit of different character each time. And they do kind of have their own feel and really their own personalities when you really think about it, and the variety of biomes of flora and fauna. So if you're a person who likes exploring and surveying stuff and scanning stuff, then you'll probably enjoy the shit out of this game. And I think that's why this game has such a wide contrast of opinions to it. There's the normies who think it's too boring. There's the autists who really love scanning and checking things out, exploring worlds. I'm one of those people. Not officially. I mean, I never really looked into it. But probably more than likely on the spectrum, got ADD and ADHD. So this game really, for me, pushes my buttons. So as far as exploration, fun. Some of the quest lines are pretty cool. You have the UC SysDef quest line, that's all right. You have the Crimson Fleet quest line. You have the Freestar Rangers. You have the Vanguard quest line. So there's plenty of cool quests, but the only complaint is, and that's probably why they have the end goal of going to the Unity, so you can go to different worlds. But they really need to have or sketch out more in-world and in-universe effects to the choices of these quest lines. Like, for instance, if you side with the Crimson Fleet, nothing really changes except that SysDef is trying to kill you. And there's not really... in the quest and the story, it changes to where, oh, now the Crimson Fleet's even bigger and better than ever. But you don't exactly see that. There's not really... See, it'd be cool if there's like uptick in Crimson Fleet raids. And I really think they're missing out with an Ecliptic quest line. That would be cool if they had a quest line through them. Could you imagine? That'd be cool. And it would be even cool if they had a Spacer quest line. So not like anyone from Bethesda or Starfield is like listening to produce this game, but an Ecliptic quest line would be just as cool, where you're a hired gun. You could have the same mission quest lines where, there's a little mission terminal like the bounty hunter quests, which are pretty cool. So with Ecliptic, you could do these missions, and you choose to raid Freestar Collective, or UC SysDef, Spacers, or even Crimson Fleet. So you could have a variety of 4 different quests involving different factions. And of course, I think they could put in like a faction reputation. I think that's what Starfield is missing a little bit. I mean, they do it with the bounties, and you know, if you fuck up and you kill some people, you get a bounty placed on your head from these different factions. But they really need a reputation, faction reputation meter, and that could affect the game in so many ways. Like, let's say you piss off the Freestar Collective enough, and then they start sending fleets after you, and then you're wanted by the Freestar Collective. See, as it stands, you get a wanted amount to the, you know, bounty hunters, and that's cool and all, but I don't know. That's one thing I do notice about over 800 and what was it, 12 or 15 hours I put into this, that there's this, it could use some finer tuning elements to Starfield. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but again, I still am having a blast playing this game, and I recently just rolled a new character, and it's still just as fun. But then again, I'm a sucker. I'm a fanboy for Starfield. So, and that they need more drastic changes when you go to different parallel universes. One thing that would be cool, here's some ideas. These are just two that popped into my head. So, once you go into Unity, there's a universe where there was never a peace deal with the colony wars. So you have a universe where there was never a peace deal met, and only one faction remains. So either it's you can do this for different universes. So you can have two different universes. You can have one where the Freestar Collective defeated the United Colonies, but as a catch, Constellation is in Aquila, and the United Colonies, the main city, Jameson, is like a radioactive or destroyed city when you go there. Like, it's all war-torn. That would be cool. And you could do the flip inside of that, where the United Colonies win, and maybe Aquila is infested with xenomorphs because they used their, you know, xeno weapons department on the homeworld of Aquila. And I think that could be cool. So you could have that'd be two whole universes that are dominated by one faction or the other. That would be a cool twist. Or you could have a third universe, right? Where the Crimson Fleet, just for whatever reason, destroys both factions, and it's all Crimson Fleet. That would be kind of cool. And of course, you could expand different quest lines among those worlds. You could even do like redemption of the Freestar Collective, to where if Aquila was destroyed, but you join in with the remnants of fanatical few Freestar Collective soldiers, and you get revenge on the destruction of Aquila. Or the flip side, you join a small ragtag element of United Colony soldiers, and you get revenge for the destruction of Jameson. So there's so many things that Bethesda can do with this, and not only that, modders could do. So there's some quest lines for some modders out there. It's a very cool world that I think at the base right now is pretty vanilla. I think they're adding like vehicles now eventually. There's rumors that they're going to add like a little rover you can drive around, which is going to be freaking cool. Sorry, we're just surveying Aquila in this video, so if the background's kind of boring, that's why. But yeah, I can see there's so much more that they can do with this, and I'm excited. I'm not expecting too much out of the Shattered Space DLC. From what I've seen, I'm not too impressed, and I hope that's by design. I hope they have hidden a whole lot of elements, and I hope they keep that secret to what else they're going to do more with their Starfield IP. So I'm not one of these people that's openly shitting on Starfield. Starfield has had its problems with glitches at the start, And yeah, it has some of its issues, maybe getting a little bit repetitive after a while. But like, for instance, there was one universe I went to where the hunter had killed everyone in Constellation. Like, it fucking sucked. You were alone. You had, you know, Sarah, like, all the Constellation was dead, and there wasn't, what's her face? Funny how you can think of these names, but when you're doing a video, of course, and then you get a brain fart and you can't think of them. Andrasia is the character we're thinking of. And yeah, if there's a universe without our Varun, House Varun, Dami, Mommy, Goth, Milkers, then I don't want to be a part of that universe. That universe sucks. But anyway, so that's... now, as of finishing this video, I'm at 841 hours of Starfield. And another thing I thought of is they could have a universe where if Rune has won, and there's a coalition between Freestar and the United Colonies against Varun, like a resistance faction of them both. That'd be cool. So there's just... I can't wait to see what modders can do. And more importantly, I can't wait to see what Bethesda can do with this series. And again, full disclosure, I'm total Starfield fanboy. I love this game, even though as the negatives I have with it, it's still a game that I had, you know, still having a blast playing it. Of course, this is our scuffed ass ship here. Don't give me any shit. But yeah, there's still plenty. I'm just excited to see what Shattered Space is about, and I have high expectations, which is probably pretty bad. And I think a lot of us have high expectations, so we're waiting for the Shattered Space DLC, and we're waiting for the them adding the little dune buggy thing. And as far as that, they've added pretty much everything we've asked of Bethesda, which is badass. So they've added the in-ship customization to where you can, you know, put decors, chairs. It's like inside stuff. They even have habitations that are blank, where it's just the setup, and you get to design them how you want. You build the individual decor and chairs and stuff. Which, so Bethesda is already on course, listening to their fans, doing stuff like that. And one thing I will say, there are tons of other NPC characters that I wish that there could be romance options with, and marry other characters. That's nerd shit for a later video, but yeah, after 841 hours into this game, I still fucking love it, still having a blast. And yeah, I probably shouldn't admit that, but hopefully you enjoyed this video, in my opinion, and weird rant and fanboying out about this game. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe, and or if you want to go the extra mile, check out the description down below where there's a Patreon and other ways to support this channel if you want to. If you don't, that's fine too. Don't worry about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.